Okay, so hello again. So let's just wait a few more minutes for the others. Okay, so while waiting, anyone who has a question so far? Questions or clarifications? Mhm. So none coming from Mr. Estepa. All right. So if you guys don't have a question anymore, then let us finish the discussion now. But before that, let me just check if you guys are already in front of your computers. So just give me a thumbs up if you guys are already ready. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. All right, so 10 out of 22. Okay, so we're done now with the three types or three service model. Okay, ES, PaaS, and then the SaaS. So here are the differences of between ES, PaaS, and then SaaS. So in here you can pronounce this one ES or IS. So either of those two. But in here it's only PaaS or SaaS. Okay, or PaaS or SaaS. Sometimes they skip those two A's. They're making it as one only. Okay, so let's start with on-premise. Okay, so since we're talking about on-premise, you're the ones going to buy your own hardware, okay, your own middleware, your own applications, your own storages, your own network provider, etc., etc. So all in all, you're the one who's going to manage everything. Okay, so it is completely up to the IT department. Okay, who's going to manage the data or the application that your company is using. Okay, but for ES or IS, okay, so applications, data, and runtime, and then middleware, and then operating system is of course is still being managed by you. Okay, the only one that it's meaning being managed by the vendor, okay, or by the certain company, so it could be AWS, Microsoft Azure, IBM, okay, is the virtualizations, okay, the servers, storage, and then networking. So this one is ideal. This one is ideal for companies who still has an IT people, okay, in their company. Okay, so if there is someone who's going to manage application, data, runtime, and then the middleware, especially the middleware, okay, who's going to connect that one into the certain server, then ES is a go-go for you. Okay, and then PaaS is just for developer. So in here, the only one that you need is the application and then the data that that you'll be needing to develop a certain application or a certain software. And then for the runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server storage, and the networking is now being managed by uh, the cloud provider that you have built. Okay, and then for the SaaS, so this is for standalone, okay, applications. So all you need to do is avail this one and then hire someone who's going to develop that application or software, okay, and then you can now implement that one on a SaaS. So everything is being managed by this vendor or by the service provider. Okay, so any questions so far regarding with this comparison in the on-premises, ES, PaaS, and then SaaS? So is everything clear so far to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is actually a very helpful uh, video that I have watched. So I just simply copy that one. So credits to the owner. I think the owner of this presentation that I have right now is came from Simply Learn. So thank you very much on that one. So I hope you guys were also able to understand this one, even though you have zero knowledge when it comes to the services that's being offered in a cloud computing. Okay, so here's a real life comparison. Okay, when it comes to on premises, ES, PaaS, and then SaaS. So on premises, of course, everything is made at home. Okay, so dining table, water, electricity, oven, cake pan, flour, butter, and eggs. So everything will be managed by you. So you're the one who's going to buy them. You're the one who's going to make your own food, etc., etc. So you're the one who's going to pay the water, electricity, and so on and so forth. For the ES, this one is buy and bake. Okay, so all you need to do is buy that thing and then cook that one on your own house. Okay, so all you need to take care of is your dining table, the water, electricity, oven, and then cake pan. Okay, so in here it's like you're making a got that one pancake, I guess. So that is the recipe of a pancake, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I guess you need salt for this one, but doesn't matter anyways. This is just a real life example. So it's up to you now what you're going to add for those ingredients. So here's the pass. So all you need now is just the dining table, okay, and then the water. Okay, so you only need to take care of two things now. So the rest, so it's now being made from that company. So cake delivery, and then dine out is of course now or dine out or dine into that certain restaurant. Okay, well let's just call it dine out. So everything now is being managed by that certain restaurant. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the SaaS. Okay. So I hope you guys were able to appreciate this one when it comes to comparing that one in real life. Okay. Situation. Well, of course, via cooking only. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
uh, wouldn't SaaS be expensive more though? Kasi lahat na sila na yung nagmamanage ganun.
Uh, Not all. Okay. That still depends. Actually, the main cost that you're buying. Okay. Number one is the speed. Okay. So it's like buying a virtual computer. Okay, when availing a certain service. So, meron yung iba kasi meron parang this level only, let's say, you can anything that you can imagine on a physical computer, that is the one that you're buying on a cloud computing. So you have to avail the RAM that it can accommodate. You have to avail the storage. Okay, you have to avail the uh, what else? The speed, okay, or the connectivity speed, okay, the transaction speed. Okay, so actually parang na-upgrade na yun eh. So you can now choose if it's HDD speed, okay, or a speed of HDD or a speed of SSD. Well, in reality, they just have the application to tweak the speed that you can avail. Okay, so it's not literally HDD. Okay, but that's just the terminology that they're using for you to be able to relate how fast it is. Okay, so those are the things that would still matter when it comes to availing those services. Okay, so uh, well, I haven't experienced availing those services, especially I'm not going to use them. But I think the most expensive one is the PaaS and then ES. Okay, because this one is exclusive. So aside from availing this PaaS and then ES, you have to avail let's say categories features of it. So hindi lang dito nagtatapos 'yon. Okay? So after that, meron pang mga categories sa baba na pwede mong ma-avail depending on what you need. Okay? So that depends on the company. Okay, so sa Google they have their own terminologies. Sa Amazon they have their own terminologies. But later on, I have a short demo. Okay, on which one let's say you're going to use. Though this one is only limited for that example, but there are other services and then subcategories that you can uh, choose. Okay, so we'll have an example on that one later on. Okay, so any other questions so far? Hello, hello, Sir Joshua.
None, sir. None, sir. Wala na po. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So, I'll be honest to you guys. So, when it comes to experiencing this one, so I would say that 20% only. Okay. So, nakita ko lang sa kasi yung team leader namin na gumagawa ng application. So, he's using PaaS. So, uh, he's the one dealing with the middleware, dealing with the endpoints, with the APIs, and then we are just the one who's going to develop the front end part of that program. So, yun. Hindi ko kasi natanong kung ano yung inavail nila, pero it's a pass. So, I'll ask him, okay, maybe next week since katatapos lang yung meeting namin. So, tatanungin ko siya kung magkano yung or kung papaano yung payment dito sa paas na to. Okay. So, yeah, that's it for this one. So let's now move on to the next one. So cloud providers. So napakarami. So we have a lot. So we have AWS, IBM Cloud. Yeah. So the one that we have uh, on the previous example. So this is the logo of IBM Cloud. Okay, and then here is the Google Cloud Platform, and here's a DigitalOcean, VMware, or Microsoft Azure. Okay, so you can choose any of those. So those are big companies. So you'll never go wrong in choosing one of them. But when it comes to freebie, so one thing that I've noticed when it comes to freebie ba tawag doon? But when it comes to free features or free storages, okay, go for Google Cloud Platform. So they offers a lot of free features. Unlike in AWS, this one is actually this when it comes to quality. Let's just say quality, AWS is the number one. Okay, so this is the number one choice of big companies. So they're the one who's saying that they have faster, blah blah blah. They have secured more layers when it comes to security. Okay, unlike Google Cloud Platform, yes, they have a lot of free features or free offered services, but the service is kind of poor. Okay, but as a starter, well, you can choose any of those that you want. Okay, so just gut feeling. Well, you can also search on the internet which one is the most reliable and cheapest for as a beginner for beginners. Okay, if you're starting to explore when it comes to cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing with AWS. So it stands for AWS or Amazon Web Service is a cloud service from Amazon. So remember that Amazon is only for parcel. So they're the one who's going to tama ba? Ah, forgot. Sorry. It is a company wherein you can buy products like Lazada, I guess. Okay, like Lazada or Shopee. But this one is international. Okay. So before they only have that certain say product or company, but right now they are now into cloud computing. Okay, they offer now this AWS or Amazon Web Services. Okay, so it provides service over the internet. Okay, AWS services can be used to create and deploy any type of application in the cloud. And the one thing that they are, their tagline, okay, of this company is "pay for what you use." Okay, so that is their uh, signature, okay, or the tawag dito, their motto, or I forgot the term, but yeah, something like that. That is the one that they are always saying when it comes to their products. Pay what you use only. Okay, if you don't need it, then you don't need to pay it. Okay, so here's a life cycle of a cloud computing solution. So in here, you have to define the purpose. So what are the things that you really need to your business? Okay. So again, remember we have PaaS, we have PaaS, we have SaaS. So which service or kind of deployment are you going to choose? Is it public? Is it private? Is it hybrid? So just define the purpose of your business. Okay, and then define the hardware. Okay, which one you're going to use? Is it EC2? Is it Lambda? Is it Elastic Container Service? So we have to choose a compute service that will provide the right support for support where you reside, the compute capacity in the cloud to run application programs. Okay, and then you have to define the storage. So is it S3 only, or is it EFS with additional features rather than using S3? Is it Glacier? Okay, so it is completely on what you only need. Okay, and then define the network. Is it EVP? Is it a Route 53? Is it direct connect? Etc. etc. So you have to define a network that securely delivers data, videos, applications, etc. with low latency and high transfer speed. And then define security. So are you going to use IM, AMS, Cognito? Okay, so it's completely up to you. So set up your security service, which enables service says for user authentication or limiting access to a certain set of users on your AWS resources. Okay, so define management processes and tools. So is it CloudWatch? Is it auto scaling? Is it cloud formation? And many more. There's actually other cloud computing solution that they offer aside from what is being mentioned here. So you can have a complete control on your cloud environment by defining management tools which monitor AWS resources and the customer applications running on AWS platform. Okay, and then testing the process. So are you going to use code star, code build, code pipeline? So pardon me with this one. So the examples right here, I'm pretty sure that uh, some of you might have already heard them, and most of you doesn't have an idea what is this code star, what is this code build, what is this code pipeline. So the one that I'm saying here, it's just the process. Okay, when it comes to choosing the service that is being offered by the cloud computing companies. Okay, so define first, define the network, define the security, define management processes and tools, testing the processes, analytics, etc., etc. Okay, so basically this is just the common practice. Okay, on why you need that kind of service, why you need that kind of feature, why you need that kind of speed, why you need that kind of storage, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, in analytics, finally analyze and visualize data by using analytics services where you can start querying data instantly and get results. Okay, so here's now a demo, though it's only limited to the EC2. So this is a subcategory, okay, okay, or a tool, okay, that is being offered by Amazon Web Service. So under this demo, we have the EC2 and then the S3 uh, services only. So we have this man wherein he's a businessman. So he's saying that I have an application which takes a lot of storage and works only in the Linux system, which I don't have right now. Okay, and then here's let's say maybe an employee of the Amazon Web Service. So he said that you can store all your data in AWS S3. Okay, so to make it short, this S3 right here that is being mentioned is just a cloud storage. Okay, so there is no tricky definition of that one. So if you availed 100, let's say 100 gigabyte for $5 monthly, then that's the only one that you need to pay. Okay, if you need 500 gigabyte, let's see, uh, and the price is $10, then that's the only thing that you have to pay. So basically, it's just a storage wherein you can store your operating system, your applications, etc., etc. Okay, so he said that, and you can launch a Linux instance using AWS EC2. Okay, so in here, instead of having this one only, since you're going to use a Linux operating system, so as I mentioned a while ago, then you have to use this EC2. Okay, so these features allows you to launch different operating systems like Linux, Apple, Microsoft, uh, what else? So those are the only famous operating systems that I know, and then more operating systems that is being supported by this EC2 right here. Okay, so EC2 and S3 are just three terminologies when it comes to the features or the uh, services that is being offered by AWS. Okay, so what is AWS EC2 and S3? So here's the AWS EC2 and then the AWS S3. So let's start with S3 first. So S3 is just a simple storage service provided by AWS. So this is where you can store your data as simple as it is. Okay, so you can store and retrieve any amount of data at any time on the web. Okay, and then EC2 is a web service that provides a secure and resizable compute capacity in the cloud. So it can be used to launch as many virtual servers you need. So remember virtual machines or VMware, okay, or what am I using right here? Okay, so example of those are this one, Oracle VM, VirtualBox, or VMware workstation. So this one is, of course, it's being uh, deployed now using the SaaS, the software as a service, since I am now the one who's using this one. But if this one is on the server side, then that one now is the EC2. Okay, so you can deploy your own virtual machine in there. Okay, you can buy the size of RAM. Well, of course, it's just virtual. The size of the storage, well, again, it's just virtual. Okay, so as long as you have a fast internet connection, then you can access that one completely without a problem. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the EC2. It's like a virtual machine or virtual server. Okay, so were you guys able to follow so far up to this point? Any question or concerns regarding with this demo? So I will look, or if you want to search for more features, so this one is only talking about the AWS. If you want to search more features of Google Cloud, so feel free to search that one on the internet. Okay, because if we're going to discuss them one by one, so it will accumulate most of our time. Okay, so this is just one example coming from AWS. Okay, so here's the scenario or the steps on how to avail cloud computing service. So of course, initially you're going to create an account, okay, and then create an AWS S3 bucket, and then upload files, and then create your EC2 instance, and then synchronize your AWS S3 bucket with the AWS EC2 instance, and then you can view that one via AWS S3 files on web browser. Okay, with a super fast, uh, speed, since it's now uh, virtual. Okay, it is not your computer who's handling the processes. Okay, that is being uh, processed to your machine. So it's a virtual server or virtual machine. So here's the step-by-step process of this one. So first, create after creating an AWS account. Okay, so this is the one that you will see. So initially they will give you this one Amazon S3. Okay, so that's the default feature that they will offer to you. Okay, that you have to avail, of course. Then of course you have to pay that one also at the same time. So depending on the size or the capacity that you have availed. So in here you can create a bucket. Okay, so a bucket is just like the storage, okay, or an API. So after creating a bucket, so to upload, blah blah blah. I think this is very straightforward. Just create a bucket, write here the name, okay, and then choose the region. Okay, so this is also a big uh, what do you call this one? This one has a big impact when it comes to creating a bucket. So bucket is like a server, okay, or like a URL wherein it is only accessible in US. And let's say if you choose another region, it's only accessible to Asia, it is only accessible to Europe, etc., etc. And that will also give you a big impact, especially if you chose a region of let's say Canada, but your customers or the people who's going to access that one is coming from Asia. So the latency is already super far. Okay, so that is one thing that you might or you must also consider. Okay, so that is not an option that you might want to consider. So it's a must. Okay, because if you're going to choose a four region, okay, and the users or the ones going to use that service is coming from far place, then speed is the one that is being compromised. Okay, so in terms of implementation, buckets and objects are resources. It's basically just a file, okay, or just a folder. And Amazon S3 provides APIs for you to manage them. Okay. So for example, you can create a bucket and upload objects using the Amazon S3 API. You can also use the Amazon S3 console to perform these operations. And the console uses Amazon S3 APIs to send requests to Amazon S3. So this API right here is like a middleman. Okay, so just by accessing this API, wherein you can find that API, let's say in the certain server, this is the one who's going to connect that one into the server, okay, or under the bucket that is being mentioned here, especially if that region is quite far. Okay, and after creating a, let's say, a bucket, so just put here the name of that bucket, choosing the name of the region. Okay, and then just click next, and after that you now have that specific bucket. Okay, so what is the date created, and then what region is that? Okay, and then after that one you can now go to overview and then upload a certain file. So you can upload an object, set object properties. Okay, so it's quite complex since you can edit who can access that one, that file that you have uploaded in here. So you can set object permissions. Okay, and after the one, just click upload, and then let's say you want to upload the index, okay, of your application. Okay, then here now is the index.html. Okay, and then if they open this index, then it will lead them to this specific URL or that website that you have just created. Okay, so it's like you have now virtually uploaded your uh, data, okay, or your call this one website on that web service. Okay, so then sync the AWS S3 bucket with AWS EC2 instance. So as a result, you can view AWS S3 file to EC2 instance, then view with the use of a browser. Okay, so this is the given URL, which is 54.224, since this one is just in the viewing mode. Okay, and yeah, that's already it for the EC2 and then S3. So I think this one needs more explanation, but yeah, anyway, when it comes to learning about the features of cloud computing, so you really have to avail it, okay, for you to be able to experience that one on your own. So this is already a good representation or example for you guys to have an idea what is really happening on a cloud computing. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the intro to cloud computing. So any questions so far or clarification?
Answer.
All right. So just to give you guys a heads up, I was actually planning to group you guys into, I don't know how many groups yet for now, but I was or I am planning. Okay, so it's still not yet over, still on the process. I'm still planning to group you guys, but I'm not sure yet how many groups and then how many people per group. Okay, I was actually planning to let you guys present one cloud computing services. Okay, so for now, we have this one right here. One, two, three, four, five, six services. So if this one became final, okay, so one group will present AWS, okay, and then the payment method, the things that you can do with AWS, the features that it offer, the services that it offer, uh, how fast uh, is the speed that it can offer, how large is the capacity it can offer, etc., etc. Okay. Well, of course, before that, you have to uh, say go over with the short history, brief history on how did they come up with such service, say cloud computing, AWS cloud computing, IBM cloud computing, Google Cloud platform, etc., etc. So yeah, so just to make you guys ready and prepared, start exploring now those given cloud computing services that we have in here. Okay, so just look or just read a short background on what is AWS, what is IBM Cloud, what is Google Cloud, and what is the advantage of IBM Cloud over the others. What is the disadvantage of VMware, Microsoft Azure over the others, etc., etc. Okay, so it's basically a comparison, okay, on which one is the best when it comes to this, which one is more reliable when it comes to uh, speed, maintaining the quality of the service, okay, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now, and let's wait for my announcement if ever that it's already final. Okay, so if you guys don't have a question anymore, then just give me a thumbs up, and then you guys may now go. And thank you guys for coming. Okay, so thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye and thank you too.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Goodbye.